You're listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.
Korea's top story today connects to a pattern most analysts are underestimating. Jensen Huang is meeting Korea's 4 largest conglomerate groups in Taipei tonight, the first time Nvidia has ever hosted a Korea-only dinner at Computex. Korea's Employers Federation issued a formal legal directive to 4,200 companies, telling them to refuse union demands on profit sharing. Naver just launched a dedicated defense AI division targeting a market that will nearly double to $19 billion by 2030, and Korea's local elections are 3 days away, with early voting at a record high. It's Monday, June 1st. Let's get into one of Korea's top economic stories today. The Computex story is the headline. GTC Taipei opened today, and Computex follows tomorrow. Asia's largest AI exhibition, with 1,500 companies and 6,000 booths, the biggest edition ever. Jensen Huang, Lip Bhutan of Intel, Lisa Su of AMD, and the CEOs of TSMC and MediaTek are all present. Korea is at the center of the action in a way it has not been before. Nvidia is hosting its first-ever Korea Partner Night tonight, a private dinner with executives from Samsung Electronics, SK-Hynix, Hyundai Motor, LG Electronics, Naver Cloud, and Doosan. The agenda covers semiconductor supply and cooperation on NVIDIA's physical AI platforms, Omniverse and Isaac. SK Group Chairman Chey Tae-won attends Huang's opening keynote this morning, then meets him directly to advance what is being described as a triangle alliance, NVIDIA, SK Hynix, and TSMC, covering GPU, memory, and foundry in a single supply chain. Samsung is running parallel customer briefings on HBM4E, the 7th-generation high-bandwidth memory for which it shipped the world's first samples on May 29th. Huang returns to Korea around June 5th for follow-on meetings with the chairman of Hyundai, LG, and Naver. 3 things to watch at Computex. First, Huang's keynote. He has told Taiwanese media there is a surprising new product he has not yet revealed to anyone. Second, the CPU competition. Intel, AMD, and NVIDIA are all advancing into CPU silicon for AI inference workloads, a market Huang has sized at $200 billion. Third, the Korea versus Taiwan dynamic. Taiwan's GDP growth forecast for 2026 is 9.6% against Korea's 2.6%, and NVIDIA has committed to investing $225 trillion annually in Taiwan. Korea's role as the world's largest memory supplier and a physical AI manufacturing base is its strongest card this week. Now the labor story that is moving across every major Korean corporate boardroom simultaneously. Korea's Federation of Korean Industries, the employers' association representing 4,200 companies, issued a special advisory today. The message: companies have no legal obligation to negotiate over union demands to pre-allocate a fixed percentage of operating profit as bonuses. Strikes aimed at forcing profit sharing may constitute illegal industrial action under Korean labor law. The context is that Samsung Electronics and SK Hynix have already agreed to allocate 10.5% and 10% of operating profit respectively to bonus pools. Unions at Hyundai Motor, Kia, Kakao, and others are now citing those deals as precedents, demanding 30% of net or operating profit in some cases. The Federation's legal position, pre-allocating operating profit before shareholders receive dividends, may require shareholder approval under the Commercial Act and could expose company directors to liability for breach of fiduciary duty. Kakao is approaching its first-ever strike authorization. Summer labor season begins in July. On the technology policy front, Naver has established a dedicated defense AI business unit. The strategic rationale is what the company calls sovereign AI demand. Korea's military and security agencies need AI systems built on domestic infrastructure, excluding foreign cloud and model dependencies. Naver's omnimodal AI capability, integrating text, image, audio, satellite, and sensor data simultaneously, is positioned as the core technical differentiator for battlefield analysis and command decision support. The global defense AI market is projected to grow from $9.3 billion in 2024 to $19.3 billion by 2030. Naver's domestic competitors in this space have less complete AI stack ownership. Naver controls models, cloud, and infrastructure end-to-end. Finally, Korea's June 3rd local elections are 3 days away. Early voting turnout reached 23.5%, the highest ever recorded for a Korean local election, nearly 3 percentage points above the previous record set in 2022. Whether final turnout exceeds 60%, achieved only twice in Korean local election history, is the political signal to watch. President Lee Jae-myung posted a direct appeal for participation on social media today. That's today's AI Prism Front Page Daily. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI Prism is a Juan Ifrah award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.